Pause for a moment. Look at the ground beneath your feet. This silent soil we so casually walk across. This seemingly lifeless surface hides an entire world. A world with streets, with tunnels, with food chambers, with nurses, with soldiers, and with a queen upon whom the fate of an empire depends. Civilization born millions of years ago. Alongside the dinosaurs, it survived the asteroid. It endured the ice ages. And today, it is still here, not in the sky, not in the depths of the ocean, but directly beneath us. Tiny creatures, with brains the size of a grain of sand, yet organized with precision that rivals human societies. They farm, they wage war, they enslave, they build living bridges, and without a central commander, they decide as a single mind. We rarely notice them, yet every day, they build, defend, and expand their domain. This is the story of creatures that are small, but whose success is immense. This is the world of ants. Ants appeared on Earth between 100 and 140 million years ago, in the age of dinosaurs. They evolved from predatory wasps, winged hunters, that gradually chose social living. When asteroids wiped out the dinosaurs, ants survived. When continents drifted apart, they adapted to every climate, from dense tropical forests to arid deserts, from mountain slopes to the edges of our cities. Today, more than 14,000 species have been identified, and thousands more likely remain undiscovered. Ants have colonized nearly every landmass on Earth. The only places without native ants are Antarctica and a handful of remote or inhospitable islands. In humid tropical ecosystems, they thrive in extraordinary numbers, so abundant that their combined biomass may exceed that of all wild birds and mammals combined. What explains such dominance? Advanced social organization, the ability to modify their environment, efficient exploitation of resources, and coordinated defense against threats. In a world where species rise and fall, ants remain. Social order, an empire beneath the soil, inside every ant nest. An iron discipline prevails. From the surface, it appears simple, but below ground, one of the most complex social systems in nature is at work. At the apex stands the queen. Around her, workers, soldiers, and a limited number of males. Most members of the colony are female, yet only one, or sometimes a few, possess the power to reproduce. They are the queens. The queen is the beating heart of the colony. She does not command. She does not issue orders. And yet, her presence alone ensures survival. If the queen falls, the colony's clock begins to slow. And eventually, that civilization comes to an end. Male ants are few. Their role is precise. To mate with the queen, they do not work. They do not build. They do not fight. They are neither soldiers nor laborers. Their lives are brief, and their mission happens only once. A single flight, a single mating. And then, the end. In the empire of ants. Survival does not always mean longevity. During the breeding season, young queens and male ants leave the nest. They rise from the soil and enter the sky, participating in a dramatic ritual known as the nuptial flight. High above the ground, carried by the wind, the queen mates with a male from another colony. A choice made in the air, a brief moment, yet decisive. Afterward, the males usually die, their mission fulfilled, and the queen descends, alone, carrying within her the future of an empire. After mating, the queen breaks off her wings. She no longer needs to fly. From this moment, her life is devoted to building a civilization. Alone, beneath the soil, she excavates a new chamber, in silence, in darkness, and begins to lay eggs. From these eggs, larvae emerge, defenseless, dependent, yet filled with potential. Then, the first worker ants are born, the generation that will expand the empire. They gather food, excavate tunnels, defend the queen. Every action serves her survival. In this underground world, one principle governs all. If the queen survives, the colony survives. If the queen is captured, if she is killed, the colony collapses, not instantly, but inevitably. Generations cease, egg production stops, and the empire slowly fades. That is why, in battles against rival colonies, ants will sacrifice themselves without hesitation to defend the queen. To them, she's not merely an individual, she is the future. She is continuity. She is survival, hidden beneath the soil. War against rival colonies, conflict, plunder, slavery, beneath the soil, battles unfold that no human ever sees. Ants are not merely gatherers. They have armies, they have strategy, and sometimes they enslave. Certain species raid the nests of others. The objective? Food? Territory? Not only that, they steal young larvae. They abduct the next generation of an enemy colony and carry them back to their own nest. The stolen larvae grow up within the invader's colony, and when they mature, unaware, they labor for their former enemy. They build tunnels, repair chambers, gather food, expand the new empire. There is no blood bond, no empathy, only one purpose: to strengthen the invading colony. In the world of ants, war is ruthless, and victory always comes at a cost. During battle, the attacked colony fights with full force. Soldiers take position at the entrance, mandibles open, bodies braced. Workers join the fight. In this moment, every ant is a defender. But if the invaders capture the queen, it is over. Resistance collapses, social order disintegrates, and the colony surrenders. In the world of ants, the queen is not merely a leader. She is the pillar of survival. If the pillar falls, the empire returns to dust. In nature, nearly all living organisms share a single primary goal: survival, and the transmission of their genes to the next generation. But in the world of ants, the story is different. Within a colony, most ants never reproduce. They leave no direct offspring. Why? Because almost all of them are sisters. They share approximately 75% of their genes, which means when they defend the queen, when they gather food, when they sacrifice themselves, they are protecting the continuation of their own shared genes. In this underground society, individual identity gives way to kinship, and survival is measured not by the life of one body, but by the persistence of shared genetic legacy. collective decision, not individual choice. Ants do not act for personal gain. They operate for the good of the colony. Workers gather food, feed the larvae, expand the tunnels, enlarge the nest. Soldiers take position at the entrances. And when attacked, they advance without hesitation. They know they may die. But in this underground world, the survival of the colony outweighs the survival of the individual. In this empire, there is no I, only we. Sacrifice is not an emotional choice. It is a biological necessity. This behavior does not arise from feeling. It arises from evolution, the result of a complex strategy, advanced communication systems, ordered social structure, high genetic relatedness. Together, they have shaped a creature willing to die. So the colony survives. In this underground world, individual identity has no standing. There is no I. There is only we, and we always comes first. The ant family. 3 castes, 1 destiny. At first glance, an ant colony appears to be nothing more than a crowded swarm. But look closer, and a structure emerges, resembling a fully stratified society. Every member has a defined position. Every role is clearly assigned, and no individual acts beyond its designated function. The queen can live for years, sometimes even for decades. She is the mother of the entire colony. Her primary duty? Laying eggs, relentlessly, systematically, to secure the future of the society. In size, the queen is noticeably larger than the other ants. In some species, her body length reaches nearly 15 millimeters. Both the queen and the males begin life with wings. But after the nuptial flight, the queen sheds her wings and dedicates the rest of her life to expanding her lineage. Most members of the colony are female workers. They spend nearly their entire lives working, cleaning the eggs, feeding the larvae and pupae, caring for the queen, foraging for food, building and repairing the nest, defending the entrances. They are female, but sterile. They never lay eggs. They never produce an independent lineage. All their energy is devoted to the survival of the colony. The smallest members of the colony are the males, sometimes referred to as drones. Their purpose is singular: to mate with the queen. They play no role in the daily operations of the colony. They do not forage. They do not build. Their lives are brief, and after their mission is complete, they usually die. A simple question: how long do ants live? The answer is surprisingly complex. Their lifespan depends on multiple factors, including environmental conditions. For many species, the ideal temperature is around 24 degrees Celsius. With high humidity, extreme temperature shifts, or prolonged dryness can shorten their lives. But more intriguing than climate is the difference in lifespan within a single colony. Worker ants typically live between 1 and 3 years. For an insect so small, that is not insignificant. But the queen is another story. She can live for decades. In some species, more than 20 years. She spends nearly her entire life laying eggs and holds the record for longevity among social insects. In contrast, Male ants have the shortest lives, only a few days, and shortly after mating, they die. A brief life with a single mission. Ants do not speak, yet they are in constant conversation. Their language is not sound, not light, not movement. Their language is scent. Ants communicate through chemical substances called pheromones, invisible signals spread across the ground, functioning like hidden messages. Their long, mobile antennae, like advanced sensors, detect even the slightest change in direction and intensity of these scents. With just two simple antennae, an ant can determine where food lies, from which direction danger approaches, and which path leads home. When a foraging ant finds food, on its return to the nest, it leaves behind a chemical trail, a trail unseen, yet followed precisely by hundreds of others. The more ants travel the path, the stronger the trail becomes. When the food source is depleted, no new trail is reinforced. The signal gradually fades, and the colony selects another route. No meeting, no central command, only chemistry and instinct. This is coordination at its highest level. But pheromones are not only for food. If an ant is injured, it immediately releases an alarm pheromone. Within seconds, nearby ants shift into aggression. Reinforcements converge on the site, as if a war siren has sounded. Some species even deploy specialized pheromones that disorient their enemies, causing invaders to mistakenly attack one another. Chemical warfare on a millimeter scale. Ants are small, so small they often go unnoticed. Yet within those millimeter-sized bodies, a hidden strength resides, a strength capable of lifting many times their own weight. They have no lungs, no ears, yet they breathe, they sense, they communicate. Through a network of microscopic tubes, they deliver oxygen directly to their cells, and through vibrations in the ground, they speak to one another. They farm, they cultivate fungi, they tend aphids. They possess two stomachs, allowing them to share food with others. When floods arrive, they cling together, forming living rafts. Their brains are small, but together, they function as a single superorganism. They remember paths, and they decide. We walk past them without ever noticing. Tiny creatures, with brains the size of a grain of sand, yet with civilizations more complex than we imagine. They farm, they wage war, they enslave, they build bridges, they swim, and for the survival of the colony, they sacrifice themselves. In the world of ants, nothing is random. Every movement, every scent, every vibration is part of a greater system, a system that has endured for millions of years. It survived the age of dinosaurs. It outlasted the ice ages. And still, it continues beneath our feet. They may be small, but their success is immense. And perhaps their greatest lesson to us is this: power is not in size, it is in coordination. In a world where we often fight for I, they live for we. The next time you see an ant, you may not see just an insect. You may see an empire, silent, unassuming, and more organized than many human societies.